I dare you. I dare you not to be finished.
Welcome to our work in progress presentation. Blood&Clay is an animated short movie, TV special, roughly about 25 minutes long. Co-produced and co-directed by me and Albert Radl, and is a collaboration with Onnis QO. It is a stop-motion looking CGI hybrid. We will have a close look what it is about, what we already have achieved, what we are working on right now, and what are the challenges we are facing. But let's start at the beginning. 10 years ago, I wrote the first draft of a story. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Martin from Hamburg, and I write, produce, and direct animated content. That's a journey which began at the Film Academy Animation Institute here in Ludwigsburg. And the Film Academy is a place where I first met my partners here roughly 20 years ago. So I developed the script at this time called Onnis Golem, and I had some beautifully built miniature sets in mind. And I definitely saw a cool stop-motion animated golem in it. I pitched the story to Albert. What did you say?
Yeah, as an expert in stop-motion animation and with huge experience with stop-motion projects of any kind, I met Martin more than 20 years ago, somewhere here around in Ludwigsburg. And when he came up with the idea of this film and of realizing this film together, I thought, wow, that's cool, it's stop-motion, that's my kind of film. Yes, I want to do it. Let's wait and see what remains today from this idea. But for now, let me first introduce you Onnis, who is our great TD, who is making great animation systems and 3D tools for us. Onnis, how did you react when Martin came along with Blood&Clay?
Yeah, well, first in the beginning, he asked me if I would like to animate, actually. And I said, yes, I would like to, but do you have any rigs? And just about that time, I started to develop a new rigging and face animation system. And I thought this is a good opportunity to stress test the system. So we did that and we grew together and I became part of the team.
Thank you very much. Yeah. The story. Blood&Clay is a gloomy animated short film set in the foggy cold harbor of Hamburg in 1913. It's genre cinema that sees itself in the tradition of Gothic storytelling, like the works of Stoker, Shelley, Poe, and Lovecraft. This is circus director Kosswick's miraculous creatures. They are fantastic monsters compete in show battles in an arena. A werewolf, a chimera, and a harpy shred a huge golem every night. Lizbeth, our hero, a young orphan without legs, is forced every night by director Kosswick to repair the golem to be ready for the next show. Lizbeth has often tried to escape the tyranny of Kosswick, and every time she has failed. Without legs, one doesn't get far. One day, however, she decrypts the secret of the enchanted golem and learns to animate the magical clay with her own blood. She shapes 2 legs out of it, and with the help of a Wolfboy, the werewolf, who is enough with her, she can finally flee. But on the way, her conscience pricks her. The director will fiercely punish the Wolfboy for his betrayal. She returns to fight back. It's a classic good and evil clash plot, but choosing to abandon her only friend to end her slavery is a devastating decision that escalates the story in a most catastrophic way and will cost our heroine deeply.
So financing this kind of movie or this size of movie is a quite tricky thing. We achieved to get funds from 2 different regional funds in Germany, which are Film- und Medienstiftung Nordrhein-Westphalia and Filmförderung Hamburg, who gave us in sum 75k euro. And as you may know, this is tiny money for such a kind of film. However, we decided to realize this film anyway. So since all artists are working, of course, including ourselves, are working nearly unpaid so far, unfortunately, it is very necessary to raise more money, to get new partners, to get co-producers, and to find motivated and talented artists to continue our work and find it to succeed. Martin, can you tell us something about the pipeline? How are we working?
Sure. We use a self-hosted Nextcloud as our file server, and we use MetaMost for tracking tasks and communication. The pipeline tool Prism, developed by Richard Frankenberg, helps us to keep everything together. Maya is our main 3D tool. For the photogrammetry, we use Avisoft Metashape, and the motion capture session we did with ITFS. For editing, we use DaVinci Resolve. We had a rather short storyboard process followed by a classic 2D animatic. Currently making good progress with a 3D layout and hope to finish this step soon. Here you see sequence 15. Wolfboy is told by Kosswick to secretly secure a certain pile of clay. Wolfboy sneaks into the wagon, not knowing that Lizbeth has turned this particular pile into a set of clay legs.
No, you will not. Don't touch. And hands off, thief! You tell him that you threw the clay into the sea.
He will wake soon.
Then let me go. Run and hide. Please.
I'm afraid.
So, on our research, where all this should take place, and especially how Lizbeth workshop should be designed, we found this old railway in the harbor of Antwerp in Belgium as an inspiration, which perfectly fit into our idea of an old and ugly and uncomfortable place, which looks both as a prison and home for our character, Lizbeth. But how should this asset look inside? Thanks to great artist Heiko Henschel, who did some designs for us, which we see here, to complete our own ideas, which we have had so far, I was able to start into constructing and designing all of this as a miniature set in our workshop studio. And since it was very important for us to keep all atmospheric and haptic aspects of the original set alive. We used old and used wood from the garbage to work with. So step by step, we developed a very, very detailed miniature of the set and for all the assets for the weapons inside. All of them hand painted with lots of very beautiful and interesting surfaces and shapes. Look at all these details here. And we brought one of those assets here for you to see the size and dimensions, how this is. And the first idea to shoot all them as background plates for each single shot was quite quickly discarded. There were many reasons for this decision. Last but not least, the great quality we achieved when using photogrammetry made it possible to transfer all those miniature sets into 3D assets to have them as backgrounds for our movie. There are hundreds of still images for each asset to collect each single detail on the surface. That's it. Let's now talk about the characters. The Golem is a very special character who is built and rebuilt by Lizbeth again and again each single night. We decided we planned to deal with him also as a clay character, possibly animated also in stop motion. For the design, it was very important that he works both as a damaged and deformed character as well as a completely and fully shaped character, meaning that also facial animation and emotions should be possible with less material, meaning less clay, or with coincidentally shaped clay layers. Actually, the Golem doesn't have eyes. In the best case of the design, we should only feel that there is emotion and eyes hidden somewhere behind the clay. So thanks again to Heiko Henschel, who worked on some designs again for us. After that process, we decided to hire another artist, who is Romain from France. We hired him to build a clay sculpt out of this, just like Lizbeth does each night. The result you can see here, which is fantastic. So this clay sculpt we turned into a 3D asset by scanning it. So having now a clay sculpt and a 3D character gives us now more options to work further in stop motion, or for this character, of course, only, or as a 3D character digitally. So Martin, what about all the other characters appearing in this film?
Yes. For the sake of our limited time, let's focus only on a few characters. We see here the Chimera, one of the monsters which attacked the Golem in the show fight. On the left are some sketches from Gelinde Rodelmann, and on the right we see the turntable untextured, as you can see. Now to Lizbeth and Kosswick. You see, this is a really old design with a more 2D cartoony look, and we get rid of this, and because of the grim, dark tonality of our movie, we decided to have this in our character designs too. And again, with the help of Gelinde Rodelmann and Johanna Menz, we developed the design, and you can see here the turntables. Lizbeth with her clay legs and Kosswick with and without a hat, and yeah, shading texturing here is nearly finished. Okay, now we come to the most special character of the whole ensemble, which is Wolfboy, and he is a werewolf, but it is not the classic werewolf approach with shape-shifting at midnight, but he is half boy, half wolf all the time. And the boy dreams the day, the wolf the night. And in the beginning, we were not sure should he have two heads, two faces, or should the creature share one face. And yeah, and how old should Wolfboy look? Like this, or should he be older? And also the transition zone in the face was quite challenging because human skull and dog skull, it's something completely different. And yes, the more and more we processed here, the more and more questions emerge, because how should the creature move when he's a boy and when he is a wolf? So we feared that we end up with a very cool character design of Wolfboy, but when he begins to move, he looks silly. So we did something unusual here and took a step back, and we took them as he is. We modeled him, we rigged him, we did animation tests with him, and from this point of time we interweaved modeling, rigging, animating, and character design. And now Onni, you will tell us more about it.
Yes. For the first 3D design, we stick very much to the modeling sheet. Actually, only the wolf side was for us to test. The boy side we were pretty happy with. Then we put more muscles because we wanted to look strong and dangerous. But then we realized it looked too much like a gorilla somehow and not very much like a wolf. So we reworked the shape a bit and also the wireframe to make it move right. Then we did a first animation test, and then we thought, ooh, it looks a little bit like Golem trying to run on 4 feet. So we somehow needed to get away from this creature that we had and make it more like a 4-legged creature, at least the wolf side, because we were working like get a kind of a 2-legged creature like a werewolf. Yeah, we tried to we did a lot of research then again and checked the muscle structure of 4-legged creatures and everything, and then we rebuilt this wireframe as well and the whole creature, and did put details on it, put cloth, and then we did even another rebuild. As you see on the shoulder, it looks very much different now. It was necessary to kind of smooth it out there, and then we put details and we transferred the details again and put the cloth, and then we did more animation tests, and here you can see it looks better now, it looks more like a wolf. And yeah, then we tested the cloth and put some textures on it, and yeah, we are still not done with it, still needs to be improved. Yeah. Then for our character rigs, we are using the same naming and functionality to ensure compatibility with our tools. Adding up to the Prism pipeline, I scripted the BNC tools. They provide tools for animation, for secondaries, character effects like fur and hair, and some pipeline extension. And next I will show you my invention, the QO-system. We use it for rigging and animation. It simplifies the process and lets the artist focus on the creative part. To explain this, let's take a look at the common phase setup that consists from 50 to 100 controllers usually. Instead of multiple controllers, we just use two controllers, just a few controllers, I mean. That can be scaled, for example, here for blinking or rotated for asymmetry, or moved here for raising the brows and the lids. With the sync controller, you can animate speech just by moving it around. Even the tongue is doing its job. Comparing the animation curves, we can easily see the impact that this has on flexibility, speed, and fun. The QoS controllable automation and dependency system gives the artist control and freedom at the same time.
Oh, that's fucking rad, man. By the way, rad, like radical.
So, thank you. One more sentence. You can control rigs with this or build your own rigs.
Yeah, that's me going crazy on the stage. It is the motion capture session we did. Fear not, we all three are big friends of good old keyframe animation, but a 25 minutes long movie obtaining a high level of keyframe animation is a long and expensive road. We captured here Kosswick, and you see it's working quite good, and we will have a look what shots will be suitable for motion capture, and we will have a look as new technologies emerge if we could do more in motion capture or not. Okay, so our cast. We are super happy to have Mere Becker playing Lizbeth, and with Burak Yigit playing Wolfboy, we have our dream cast for our main characters. We are currently in negotiations and hope that we can find the actor for Kosswick very soon.
Since we are working on this project, we have artists from all over the world working with us. And all that you can see today here could not have been done with help of all those wonderful artists sharing time with us, doing a wonderful job, and spending so much time on this project. Thanks a million to all of them. And not only to them, also to our sponsors who are developing great tools for us and offering us those tools to work with.
What we see here is rendered in Arnold. I would prefer Arnold because this is what I do in my day job. I'm a lighter at Studio Rakete, but it is unclear if we can afford this in terms of hardware, licenses, power costs, and render times. We would definitely have a look at alternatives like Unreal Engine.
I dare you. I dare you not to be finished.
Wherever you are, will not leave you alone. Never, ever again.
The future. This was Lizbeth's vow to Wolfboy, and although our story has a pretty pitch-black ending, in our world, with werewolves, chimeras, and golems, death is not the end. The story continues with Blood&Clay, the Golem army. Their grown-up Lizbeth is drawn into the turmoils of World War I. She reunites with Wolfboy's ghost, and she has to face her old foe Kosswick again. The Golem Army is a feature film. We have the first treatment of a screenplay, and we will develop this further when the short movie is near completion. In order to finish Blood&Clay, we need support. We are looking for co-production, we are looking for pre-sales, we are looking for talent in all fields.
So that was our presentation. I don't know if we have enough time now to have a short Q&A.
Yes, I think we should take the time. Yes, thank you. So we have some minutes to a short Q&A, and after the show, the artist will still be here to speak or discuss with you. So, any questions or any co-producers in the room?
Or just money.
Just don't throw the money, that would be nice too. Okay, yes. Speak out. You want a microphone?
No, I don't.
Okay, speak out loud, please.
Is there any help to find more financing?
Sorry, is there any help?
Oh, no, it's...
I think what's the reason we are here to bring the word of our movie into the world, but the people should know that we are here, but we are doing this film. Yeah, so it's very important. But short films are very difficult in terms of co-production internationally, right? Because usually when it comes to short films, each country look like to support their own directors. So and the directors are already there. So this is quite difficult. Yeah.
What about the German TV stations?
I'm not sure of if this is footage for TV special. It's in Germany because animation is in Germany for children and not for adults. And I think
It's only art.
it is only art, and they have very tiny money only. So this is not really an option. But thanks for the advice.
Okay, any other questions or remarks? Yeah, good. Yeah. Ladies first, but with the microphone, please.
The rigging system developed by you, is it available?
Thank you for asking. Yes, it is available. You can check out animation.com and animation. Yes, I can give you a flyer if you're interested. Yes, let's do that. And then you can apply for the beta. It's if you know, then you don't have to apply.
Okay, well, next group here.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. I was wondering how far you were along with the movie and when are you planning on finishing it? Well, financing or no financing? In any case.
Okay, yes, good questions. With the money we have now, it will take us a few more years, that's for sure. Yeah. We have nearly all characters complete in terms of
modeling, shading, rigging. The main characters are mostly animation ready, and we have large parts of the movie already done in 3D layout. So the next step would be to begin animation, and yeah, so that's the current state.
Okay. So, time, I think, other?
No, we are done. The last thing is to thank the festival for inviting us to present our project. And thanks to our great audience to listen to us. I hope that they liked our presentation, our project. And if you meet us around here, we are on the festival and have any question, please don't hesitate to contact us.
Okay, thank you, Onnie, Martin, and Albert. Thank you very much.